Welcome to The Chatter, your end of the week ear candy for what to eat, drink, see, and do in Richmond, Virginia, right damn now.
The Richmond Experience is independently owned and created by locals, us, for locals, you. From recent openings and the latest trends to time-tested traditions and hidden gems, we're here to help you experience the very best that RVA has to offer.
Hey, Kels.
Hi, Paige. How are you?
I'm good. I am excited because I am headed out of town this week.
Nice to have a little spring break situation on your horizon. Not really a break, but springy.
It's weird because it's a vacay before my big vacay. And so I'm still going to be working on this trip, like wake up early, hit the emails, still post on social media. But I'm going to Florida on a little girls' trip with all my mom's friends. I get invited because I'm like their token 30-year-old.
Fabulous.
And it's fun. And I'm getting a tan before I leave on my big European adventure, like a week after I get back. I'm a little stressed.
You're pre-gaming your vacation with like a mini vacation. And you know what? I've done that before where you like still do your, assignments and stuff while you're at the beach, and it's better than doing them,
At home.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. I'll just wake up. I'm sure we have like a patio situation where I'll drink my coffee and answer emails. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot better than just being at home doing
I
it.
know, just your regular routine. I love it. I remember you doing this in years past, and the content ends up being so cute on your personal page with you and all the girlies.
Yeah. So if you want to follow along on my little trip, sips and trips with Paige.
Yeah. That's so exciting. You take off Wednesday too, right? It's like midweek.
Yes, they are all going Wednesday to Wednesday. I No, that was not in my plan. So I'm doing Wednesday to Sunday. And they go every year. Last year I did not go, but where we're going is where they stayed last year because they loved it. And it's in like the Panhandle area, Santa Rosa Beach, which I've never been to that area of Florida, but they are staying in the same exact place. So they must have really loved it.
Yeah, a little familiarity too. I've never been to Florida at all, and I feel like it's on one of my like bucket lists. We got to
For
get out to
real?
Florida. Never been.
At all?
No Florida at all.
Your parents didn't take you to Disney World?
No, we weren't a Disney
Wow.
family. We were very like Outer Banks every
Yeah,
other year. That
like
was it.
the beach. Okay, see, where my family, we didn't go to the beach. We went on trips. Like
Okay.
we went to like all the national parks. I think Florida's the state I've probably been to the most.
I feel like the older I've gotten, the more I'm like, we got to get out to Florida because we never did the Disney thing. And I think Matt's family was very much like that too. We've talked about that where he's done like the trip. He did the trips. We were just very much, we're going to the beach and we're going to have snacks. And that's why I am who I am today.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a beach vacay, but I mean, I'm not like a Disney girl, like where I have like Mickey Mouse stuff in my house, but I do love Disney. And I love Disney as an adult.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Of course, as I've become a parent, like pre being a parent, I never did it as a kid. And I was like, we're not going to be like into the Disney thing. And now that I'm a parent, I'm like, we have to do Disney. That looks so tight.
Like Holly and I are looking at next year doing Harry Potter World again in Orlando. I've done Key West, I've done Clearwater, I've done Cocoa Beach, I've done Orlando. I've done a lot of Florida. Like, actually, I'm pretty good with Florida.
Say, we got to set up a satellite, the Florida Experience by Paige Paparotti.
Good. The thing about Florida is like it's just accessible. And the reason we always go on a girls trip in April and it's to Florida is because it's 70 to 80 and sunny there, It's a quick flight. It's not like you can't go to California on a quick flight,
Exactly.
And we drove as kids. My parents drove everywhere. My dad was like, I can get us into Florida in 12 hours from Pennsylvania. And we did it.
Family road
We
trip.
even drove to Key West, which is pretty psychotic, actually. I think my parents really regretted that after the fact.
You got to do it to know it, though.
Yeah. Florida. Wow, you got to get to Florida.
I know. I've talked to Matt about it in the last couple of years, especially around the Disney feature of it. And it's like, why I haven't been to Florida. And just like you said too, where it's like it's a place you could get to more quickly, more easily than California that's still warm and beachy. So It's in the back of my mind, but we haven't actually made it happen yet. I'm still also like true to my kid self. When I get a chance to go to the beach, I love the Outer Banks. I'll go right back there immediately. Maybe
Yeah,
we need to give up the Outer Banks one year.
it's a different, definitely vibe. That's
Yes.
for sure. It is hard to compare things to the Outer Banks. It's very special, and there's like really no better beach, I think.
I just love it. And there's so many pockets of it, like so many different ones that you can, areas of it that you can go to. But I mean, branch out, you know? And because Matt has that sort of in his veins too, I feel like we can come to the center and be like, okay, let's do more of a trip style situation. I feel like trip style too is, at least in our experience, good when you have kids because it keeps everybody entertained. Whereas like the style my family did when we were younger, where it was just beach and snacks, like I don't know how they kept us entertained because it's like kids are not into that until a certain age, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, with Disney though, I do recommend 5 and up.
Yeah, well, you want them to actually like be
Remember.
understanding, right?
Remember.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
I've been to Disney World probably 10 times. When I say that, it sounds insane, but my family was really big into Disney World now
I
that
can't believe we haven't talked about this yet. Now I need all of your advice about Disney.
oh
Maybe
my
this is when
gosh.
I start actually planning.
I think it's because my parents took me when I was the only child, and then when Reagan and Claire came along, they took them a few times, and then we went in high school as a band. And then
Oh,
when my sisters were in band, I went as an adult to like be with them there. And then, yeah, I don't know. I've actually been to Disney World quite a
oh
bit.
gosh,
Oh, and
you
I ran the Disney Marathon.
oh my God, Paige, you really are a certified pro.
That was the only way I was going to run a marathon. I was like, it has to be fun. And
Right, like through great scenery.
yeah, 4 hours and 33 minutes. My
Wow.
marathon time.
Okay. Well, now we know. I guess maybe this is the start of my Disney planning. I have to reach
Am I
out to
going to be a
Paige.
Disney influencer
Yeah,
next?
get me started. You could.
No, I could never. It is fun though. Wow. I hope I sold you on it.
We're coming into a good era for it because the kids are like approaching, like my oldest is approaching that time frame and everybody can just go along for the ride and
Yeah,
enjoy. I learn something new about you every other week. It's amazing.
great. It's great.
Well, you're going to have an amazing time. I can't wait to see all of the stuff coming out of your girly visit. And I'm hoping that it's a good way for you to prepare for your even bigger, the vacation of the vacations.
Yeah, that's a big trip. I'm like really excited about my next one, but got to get through this one. I mean, I'm grateful. Like this is good. It's good. It's good.
I always say this too. Sometimes the vacations feel like their own version of like, it's just overwhelming sometimes.
Needless to say, I kind of hung out low this weekend
Right.
because I am prepping for a vacay. We had the big 10K this weekend, which was so fun. Kelsey and I walked it with some of my neighbors and Holly, and we were judging the spirit contest. Lots of good energy, lots of people. I was reading like over 27,000. So that was huge. It was a bit hot.
It was toasty for sure. And then like the temperature dropped immediately the next day to something that was probably more manageable.
Yeah. Although yesterday was rainy and it was also the Renaissance Fair. And that was also a sold out event that brought in 7,000 people each day. It did look really busy on both days, but Saturday definitely was hot and Sunday was definitely chilly and rainy. So it was just it was a weird weekend
Yeah.
with the weather.
And of course, like, but this, like, April is always this way, I feel like, where it's kind of like can't make up its mind. So I guess it's, to be expected. And I was saying too that I'd rather it be hot than like too cold because I feel like too cold is just really not the vibe for the 10K. It ended up being a great time.
Yeah, and it was just pretty out. Like I love when the sun's out and there's not a cloud in the sky. It just makes the like just everything look pretty. Just makes like the pictures and the videos and everything just seems so nice and
Right.
instead of gray. And I think tomorrow is when sports backers and I will announce the winners. So fun.
Oh, I guess by the time you're hearing this, you'll know, but how exciting.
You'll know. What else did you say you were up to?
Oh, well, on Friday, I actually went to Mid Century Morris for a little walk around just to see what it was all about. After we posted them in part as like a Richmonder to know with another antique thrifty group out here in Richmond. I was like, I kind of want to go over there. It's by appointment only. So I reached out and asked if we could set something up and went over and visited. And it's like, I was going to say it's a cute little store, but it's actually very expansive. Like they're nearly taking up the whole block over where she is, kind of like tucked away in Scott's Addition. And I got to just see like her whole collection of things for sale, and it was fabulous. I went purely for research this time around, but I told her like I will be back for purchasing strictly, like, actually shopping purposes.
Yeah, I love perusing that kind of stuff. It's so fun.
I feel like everybody who is a big thrifter, it's a skill. Like you
Yeah.
have to like learn what you're doing. And I'm kind of like interested in learning, but it's a little I'm very at the beginning. Like I don't know what I'm looking at or what I'm doing.
It's like I feel like I'm better at thrifting when it comes to like furniture or pieces for the house versus clothes. I think clothing thrifting is such a skill because you have to have just a lot of patience. I'm not the kind of person that can walk into TJ Maxx and look for clothes. That gives me such bad anxiety. I'm not a fan of fast fashion, but the same thing with like H&M or Old Navy. Like I walk in and I immediately walk out. That's why I shop at Madewell because there's like four things on the floor and I'm like I like that. I don't like that.
Right. It is. It's like a select selection.
That's why I really don't even online shop. It's just I am so overwhelmed by the amount of stuff, and honestly, it's why I don't shop, which is actually good for me. I don't ever buy anything.
Right, exactly. So you don't have this like over consumption situation. I think you're right too that maybe that's like the clothing thing, especially thrift wise, is very like overwhelming because like I don't even know where to start. But if you see like fun like furniture pieces or art pieces, I feel like I can more easily zero in on that. But I don't know. I'm kind of like into it. I went to is it Class and Trash? I did a little like moseying around there recently, and then I believe it's the Arc Thrift, which is like right out, both those right out in the Glen Allen area. Class and Trash has one still in Scott's Edition too, don't they?
They do.
And so I've just been kind of like, maybe this will be my spring education seminar, just personally on my personal, template.
Yeah, and I mean, I believe I have a sponsored reel coming up about vintage shopping and not just clothing, but also like these furniture, like antique kind of places. And I have a feeling it's going to do well because, I mean, it's definitely better for the environment.
Right. I think it's very like in the conversation right now because people are trying to be more like sustainable with how they shop, which I feel like is good. It's all good natured, and so like I can get behind that. I think
Yeah,
it will be popular.
I
Your
do too.
post
Yeah. And, just thrifting in general.
and just the vibe. The people really know how to do it. Now they're getting other people involved. I love it.
Me
So
too.
that's what we did, and then I feel like Sunday was more like family time. We sort of like laid low on Sunday. And now here we are again on Monday.
What a weekend. All right, so let's dive into what to eat, drink, see, and do in RVA this week because, again, it's another busy one. This week we have Richmond Restaurant Week, which is one of my favorite weeks of the year. It is April 20th through 26th, as well as October 19th through 25th, so you can mark your calendar in advance for the fall. This year, there is a price increase, but that is just due to a whole bunch of things that are out of our control. So it's 42.26, a 3-course prefix meal with $5.26 from every meal donated to Feed More. Just so you know, since Restaurant Week began, our community has raised over $1 million to Feed More just through like Richmond Restaurant Week. So it is a great initiative. And frankly, a 3-course meal still for $42 is still really good.
I was going to say, still like that's a deal.
It is. It really is. Some participating spots are Alewife, Acacia, Birdie's, Conejo, Echelon Wine Bar, Harry's. You got Pinky's. You got Revel. New. You have Stock Richmond and Texture. You have the hard shell, lots of amazing spots. Definitely, if you're planning to go this weekend, I'd make sure your reservations are in. I'm going tomorrow to Acacia before I'm hitting up a Broadway show. So definitely get those reservations in. All of the restaurants have their menus either on Instagram or on their website, so you can see like their pre-course, prefix meal. Great organization all around. You can learn more at rrweek.com for the full list and just more about Feed More in general, but it's definitely a fun way to participate. It's always great. I love it every year.
Get out and, enjoy our delicious food scene and support a great cause, in addition to supporting the food scene.
Exactly. And then I'm also up for drink this week because I keep seeing this. And as I was telling Kelsey, it's a coffee shop in Scott's Addition. It's Parousia. I haven't been, and I'm kind of mad at myself because they've been around now for like over a year. They started at like RVA Big Market in south of the James as just like a truck, and then they have their brick and mortar in Scott's Addition. They do some seasonal homemade flavors that just sound amazing. Like this spring, they have their lavender vanilla, they have roasted pistachio, cherry blossom, and carrot cake. And that is exactly why I want to go because I love a carrot cake. And I heard that there's like a cream cheese cold foam on it. And I'm like, how have I not ran over there yet?
Right, fancy.
So I think literally after this call, I'm going to go walk my butt over there and check it out because it just sounds so delicious. And speaking of like clothing, they're doing like these cutie little videos on like what's your coffee and like what are you wearing today? And literally all of the workers are wearing thrifted clothes. And
This
it's
is
just like,
too
how do
cute.
you do it, guys? Teach me your ways.
I know there I feel like maybe I threw one of those into an insider recently because they keep popping up just organically in my explore page. And I'm like, I gotta get over to this coffee shop. All the
Yeah.
girlies are so cute. But their like social media presence is really like amped up recently.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too.
Outfit of the day and your coffee order of the day. How cute. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear your official then review. I've been feeling the same way where I think there was a time recently where I was like, I haven't been to the farmers markets in ages. I really need to get myself back out there. And they were encouraging me at one point, like, oh, I gotta maybe go out and check them out and get out to the farmers market. But then, March is crazy, April is crazy. I haven't gotten it off of my list yet, but it looks like a cutie little place.
I honestly was just thinking this morning how we need to go to the farmers markets on the weekends.
Cute.
And
I
now
know.
that spring's here and just that time of year to get
Right.
out there.
I really want to go to the is it like the Latin American like farmers market or Latin
Mhm.
farmers market? That's another one on my bucket list that maybe we've talked about in the past. Now that it's like in season, I definitely want to get over there too. It looks really good.
Yeah, and that one gets talked about a lot. I added them all to our calendar because they just need a little bit more awareness and hype about it. So they've asked me to add them to our calendar. So they are all on there. And it's the Latino Farmers Market, and that runs 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Saturday. The thing about it is it's in Chesterfield. It's off of like Hall Street. But I have heard they have great food there, hot foods and fresh baked goods and drinks and coffee and salsas and chips. And I mean, that sounds up your alley.
Oh, 100%. Looks delicious. So I got, quite a few farmers markets on my bucket list I have to get to.
Well, if you're going to do that, then make a great reel roundup.
Maybe that could be something on my to-dos while you're out of town. Then moving on to C and do for this week, I'm up. And C, we're coming up again on another favorite event for this time of year, which is Independent Bookstore Day. This national one-day party is usually held the last Saturday in April, which is coming up crazily enough this weekend on April 25th, celebrating independent bookstores across the country, online and in-store. They've got exclusive books and literary items all around, contests, cupcakes, everything in between. For our area specifically, they're doing the Greater Richmond Bookstore Tour starting on the 25th and then going through May 16th. You can visit 11 indie bookstores that are participating in and around Richmond and collect stamps from each one. And then one lucky reader will be the winner of a $50 gift card from each store on the tour. And you can find more information at ibdrva.com. But just so you know, it includes Abby's Books and Brews, BBGB, Brian's Books, which is out new in Churchill, Book People, Fountain Bookstore, I Love You So Much Books, Little Bookshop, Midlothian Book Exchange, Shelf Life, Small Friends Record and Books, Records and Books, Small Friends Records and Books, And then Resist Booksellers, which I believe is out in Petersburg. Also on the website, they've got all this other information about our area, Virginia, and all around. You know, if you happen to be somewhere else this weekend and you wanted to participate, you still can. But it's the best, and just a great reminder to support local bookstores.
It's so cute. And you can download your passport online. And that's what I did last year. And I just did like a little tour in Richmond proper. And I went and got my stamp at each spot. I can't go this weekend, but a reel will go out on Saturday. And I'm going to go to Fountain next week and start my little crawl.
And do a little crawl. I got to write all these to-do list things down, given that you're going to be out of office for a little bit and I need to be covering some organic, happenings. Because I've been wanting to do Midlothian Book Exchange too, ever since that cute little write-up in Richmond Mag or Style Weekly about the change of ownership or something like that. It was just very sweet. And I've been wanting to get out there.
Yeah, it is very cute. I haven't been out to Midlothian for that, but it is fun to just go around and, peruse, pick up a new book.
By the way, Paige, I don't want us to, now I'm going to make this episode an hour long by all of my tangents, but ever since you mentioned that book yesteryear that you're reading, I've seen it like 3 times since you and I spoke about it on Saturday. It's going up. Did you know it's been optioned for like a film or a series?
Yeah, so actually, if you need a book to add to your TBR pile, I just finished yesteryear yesterday. It's a book that's really hitting the internet by storm. The author has a podcast called Diabolical Lies. She also was a TikToker that focused on like trad wives and just, different things, conspiracy theories, all that fun stuff. But she put out this book yesteryear, and it is about a trad wife. And it has like some twists and turns. I don't think it's dubbed as a thriller, but it kind of like gives it in a weird way near the end with just some of the twists and turns, if you will. It's a very interesting book. And honestly, before I got on our podcast, I was listening to her podcast about the book and how she just wrote it so quickly. She's going through it right now with the immediate fame because this is her first novel that was like picked up, but it's probably her 3rd novel that she's written. And I believe there is like even a film or movie or something with rights, and it got picked up in like over 30 countries. So I think she's having difficult with like the immediate fame of it. And like,
Right.
she understands a book isn't meant for everyone, like when you write or when I put even out a reel into the world, everybody doesn't have to like it. And what she was talking about is very interesting. Parasocial relationships, which I've really dived into lately on my own, just like when you publish something as a creator, it's okay if people don't like it because a lot of people probably aren't going to like this book.
Right.
And a lot of people are probably going to make assumptions based on her political affiliation, but it's not what it's about. It's just a story.
It's a piece of art. So either enjoy the art or don't.
Exactly. But it was a very good book. I really liked it, but I kind of like I don't live in the trad wife world, but I see it and I'm like, this is interesting. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Ever since you talked about it, though, it's like popped up like in random places. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So maybe I was under a rock. I hadn't even heard of this until you were explaining it, and now it's everywhere. I could understand that for her being like when something takes off like that. I feel like you hear stories about people who have what seems like overnight success, even though they've been working for like years. I'm sure it's very overwhelming.
Yeah. And I mean, she's probably going to be on so much press
Right.
because I don't even know I think it just came out.
I feel like I got like email promotions from it from random bookstores and stuff. Like maybe it is just recently hit
Yeah,
the press.
it just came out. Oh, it is a thriller. They do dub it a thriller.
Okay.
It just came out on April 7th. So yeah, I kind of just picked it up immediately. Well, and the reasoning is I've been hearing a lot about it, but I also think it's just the world I'm in. And frankly, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and a lot of the podcasts I've been listening to have been talking about it. But yeah, it's a thriller about a modern tradwife influencer who wakes up in the year 1855. And it's also being adapted into a film by Amazon MGM Studios. So that's going to be good. It is a psychological thriller. That's the genre.
Now we know.
Yeah, really good. It's a very fast read. Honestly, we should read it for book club because I do feel like there's a lot of conversations to be had about it.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be a good one for chit chatting. Okay, I'll put it in the poll.
There's a lot to be dissected with that book.
Okay, very interesting stuff. Well, I'll move us along to the end now that we've gotten out of book corner. But just a great reminder to go shop local. And then for Dew, you should be going to Herbs Galore this weekend too, which is happening on April 25th. The major one-day plant sale at Maymont features dozens of vendors, specialized nurseries, and artisans, giving you the perfect opportunity to spruce up at home with a wide variety of herbs, trees, gardening accessories, perennials, and there's live music, food trucks, and educational activities. It's just sort of like a nice way to continue welcoming in spring, get some new greenery for your scenery, I would say.
Yeah, I've done it before. It's a very cute event. We love Maymont.
Exactly. Get some new plans. It's from 8 to 3 on Saturday.
And that wraps us up. So thanks for listening, Richmond. And by the way, there's more where that came from. Joining the Richmond experience as a member is the best way to stay in the know about what's going on in RVA.
Not to worry, we refuse to sell your info or bombard you with ads, but we do charge a small annual membership fee of $39 a year to fund our team so we can keep doing this awesome work. Plus, a portion of each annual membership purchase for the Richmond experience goes to rotating nonprofits each month. That's like $1 per week to get an all-access pass to the best of RVA and lift up local orgs. It's a really, really good deal, friends. And listen, what are friends for anyway? Use code CHATTER to get $10 off your first year subscription.
Give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at The Richmond Experience, and on Instagram at The Chatter and RVA too. And if you enjoyed this episode, send it to your buds and rate, review, and subscribe.
And if you want to keep up with each of us, you can find me at Kelsey Heinz's Typing on Instagram.
And me, Sips and Trips with Paige on Instagram.
Chat with you next week, RVA.